Hello, my name is Brendan Bingham, and my chosen topic for my college-wide capability reading list is going to be communication. Couple of things to go over here. What communication is. Communication is the flow of information from one party to another. That can be in a variety of different formats, a variety of different ways to be explained, but it can be in conversation, it can be in text, it can be in writing, it can be, there's a lot of different ways you can communicate. It is a tool for personal progression. Communication goes a really long ways in helping us better our future and our careers. It's a way to gain greater understanding through different kinds of language and understanding different perspectives and trying to look outside of our own kind of internal communication. And it's an avenue for connection and trust. It's a way to connect with other people and learn how to trust and understand other points of view. Um, yeah, so we'll move on to some of the readings that we did. So there's 4 different readings that I did. The first one was Evaluation of Skills Needed in College Education by Andrew Zakari. There's another. Hold on one second. It was Andrew Zakari and Pauline A. Baba, and they essentially used a study to show the different skills that were needed to be successful in college. And they took a lot of different data from different people that had been through college and teachers and all sorts of different avenues to show us what the most important skills we needed were. And it turns out that communication, written and verbal communication, were the 2 highest forms of communication that were necessary to be successful in college. The purpose of this text was to persuade universities to change and teach more about communication. The audience was higher education academic boards. How Language Shapes the Way We Think by Lara Boroditsky. This was a TED Talk. It was really good. It was really a cool perspective to look at. She talked a lot about how different languages have different understandings of the same words or the same phrases. The purpose of it was to inform people about cognition, which means understanding of languages and their different meanings, basically. The audience is the general public and intellectuals. 52 Blue, The Loneliest Whale in the World by Leslie Jamison. The purpose of this one is that essentially there's a whale that spoke on a different frequency. Its noise that it made was on a different frequency than all the other whales, and the other whales could not understand it. The purpose was to essentially show that silence causes isolation. She used a lot of imagery and metaphors to show how lonely this whale really was and make us kind of feel bad for the whale. The audience is readers of literary magazines. And then the last one, my alternate text that I chose was A Safe Place by Peggy Worthen. The main idea is that trust fosters vulnerability. So in order to be vulnerable, we have to trust people, but it kind of works in the opposite way as well. In order to be vulnerable, we have to trust people. So they kind of go hand in hand. It was a really powerful talk that she gave. The purpose is to inspire a spiritual community, and the audience was religious university students. It was a talk she gave, I believe, at BYU. Um, as far as rhetorical appeals go, we have Zakari uses a lot of logos. They use the survey that they did and the statistics. Boroditsky relies heavily on ethos. She uses her scientific credentials to prove her understanding of all these languages, and she gave a lot of data from different languages and how her understanding helped to foster that understanding as well. Jameson leans really hard into pathos, which is empathy and making you feel bad. They tracked this lonely whale and used a lot of metaphors and imagery to make you really kind of feel this kind of pain that the whale is feeling. Um, there's a lot of different types of writing here. Zakari, it was very academic. It was very based off of the data. Boroditsky was very casual. She used a lot of repetition. Jameson used a lot of metaphors, like I said before, and then Worthen uses a lot of spiritual imagery to portray a safe place in conversation, basically. In conclusion, kind of just to summarize those 4 pieces of literature. Zakari, preparation empowers us. Boroditsky, language limits understanding. Jameson, isolation hurts us. And Worthen, safety grants us greater connection. They kind of all go hand in hand. They teach us a lot about communication and how different kinds of communication, different ways of communication, different avenues of communication, all of these things lead to different understandings and different interpretations, different feelings, just a lot of different ways to portray feelings and ideas and thoughts. And that's my breakdown of communication, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you. Have a good day.